Newsflash is brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. Still, fun papa fee.
Hello there, it's Wednesday. Good morning if you just joined us here on the show. Versus Prime Morning, it's time for us to get into Newsflash. It's proudly brought to you by the kindest courtesy, Franco Trading Enterprise, phone papa fee. It's the leading retail phone shops and, of course, electronic devices that you need to buy them. And if you're looking forward to getting some iPhones, some Samsung, and if you also need some accessories, the place you need to go is Franco Trading Enterprise. So we are here in Ghana and branches all over the place. Make sure that you get into any of our branches and grab for yourself a very, very quality, and we guarantee you that quality. And of course, if you're also looking for some TV screens, we've got about 32 to 55 inches. You can purchase any of them and make your room very, very, very nice. And those of us who are doing our, buildings and who need air conditionings and all of that, the best place you should buy your air conditioning from is Franco Trading Enterprise, and that you guaranteed. And so make your way over there and grab some of our products. You will enjoy them, you will love them, they last long, they're of quality, and that's what we're preaching for you this morning. Now, don't forget that you do not have to pick any number from Google or anything like that and speak to us. Now, we've got our numbers that you can deal with us directly, and it's important that you take those numbers very seriously. 0555-939311 is the number you can call us, and 0246223311 is also another number you can call us on as well. So do well and speak to us, all right? And let us know what you think. Now, we have the app, the Franco Trading app. Now, the app gives you access to everything you need, our branches, the prices, and, the products that we have and all of that. All you need to do is to just download it. And once you download it, you'll be able to have access to everything and you do business with us. It's very, very simple. If you go to Google Play Store, you can just download it over there. It's the Franco Trading app. Just type Franco Trading app. And once you do that, it will pop up. You download it and you're good to go. It's pretty simple, all right? So please don't be picking numbers anywhere or anything like that. Once you get on the app, you're with us. Our website is also available. It's www.francotrading.com. www.francotrading.com. And once you're also on the website, you can also have access to all the products that we have, the prices, the branches, the numbers you can call. We've got the numbers over there as well. So it's very, very simple for you to actually do business with us, all right? So please do well and grab yourself one. Franco Trading Enterprise says, phone papa fee, and well, I tell you some more about what they have been doing for a lot of people out there as we progress here on the show. But Udine's Mother's Day promotion is also ongoing. We're going to be celebrating our mothers. We're looking forward to showing them some love. I don't know what you're doing for your mom and where you want to actually take her to and all of that, but Udine is here and is giving you a reason to actually be part of this Mother's Day celebration. And I tell you what, if you're not doing anything for your mom this season, Mother's Day celebration, then you're definitely going to be actually asking yourself a lot of questions, because you need that mommy love to actually show well. So Udine is saying that just walk into our shop, any of our branches out there, and get something for your mom. Now, we have the Flame. It's a promotion that we're running, and so we want you to also be a part of that as well. I'm gonna let you know how the details looks like and all that, so you can also be a part of it. And so it's the Joy Prime Mother's Day promotion, and Udine is actually giving you the opportunity, to just be a part of it. But this is what we're doing. So let me tell you about what Joy Prime is doing, and then I'll tell you about what Udine is putting together. So we're actually giving you the opportunity to express your gratitude to your mom. And that's the woman who has actually been there for you all this period through thick and thin, and has impacted in your life in numerous ways. Now, the Thank You Mommy promotion is actually for you to share stories of gratitude with us. And it starts from the 1st to the 12th of May. And tell us in a few words about the sacrifices your mom has made for you, the care that she's provided over the years, and the moment that she's actually made to you that is very special and you want to share with us. Now, you can actually submit your stories to our WhatsApp line. Our WhatsApp line is 055-157 5757, and it's actually could be a touching story, some memories, some moment of courage, or maybe even just a simple gesture that she actually exhibited that you found that it's really, really inspiring, and it's something that you were really touched, and then you sent to us on a WhatsApp line. Once you do that, you're on your way to actually surprising your mom with some goodies and showing her that love she deserves. Thank you, Mommy. It's powered by Joy Prime and it's sponsored by Woodine. Woodine says Le Correct, and the Body Beach Hotel is also part of that. First Choice Life Healthcare, and at Life Healthcare, it's all about living. And so that's something special that we're putting together for this Mother's Day celebration. Now, I'll tell you some of the most exciting things that you also need to know about it and all of that. Big Chef season 3 will be going to the grand finale on the 26th of May. We all meeting at the car park of Joy FM, and once you get there, we've got 6 finalists who will be actually looking forward to getting one person, the winner. Who is it going to be? We've got 6 of them. Who is taking over from Fidela? I mean, you need to be there. You can actually come through. The Joy FM car park is where all the action will be, and once you get there, we're going to be live on TV as well. So those of you who will not be able to come, you can just sit in the comfort of your homes and watch. But you see, it's nice coming all the way to the place to cheer them on and all of that. So we want to see you, all of you, just come around and let's, enjoy this. It's going to be exciting. I'm sure that you're rooting for someone in there and you want to make sure that that person gets to win. But your vote also counts, all right? So please do well and vote for your favorite as well so they can also become winners, all right? It's Big Chef, and we love it. We love what Big Chef is doing for all the young ones out there. So do well and be a part of it. Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Mix is also here with us. And of course, Ghana Make Hard. So everybody wants value for their hard-earned money. When it comes to tasty tomato mix, value for money means that consistent and rich red color that doesn't actually color your meat or fish. Thick paste that gives you your desired quantity of soup or stew, especially those who love to cook, like the Big Chef contestants. Good tomato flavor that gives that consistent and unique taste to all your dishes. You can actually rely on Tasty Tom and Rich Tomato Mix for all these, and that is why we say we're a tomato mix, all right? Now, no color changing like traffic light, Debia, Coco, comma. Taste also there is on point, and that's what we're talking about. Now, because Tasty Tom is fake, you don't waste your money like that. Don't compromise on quality no at once. Choose Tasty Tom and Rich Tomato Mix and get value for money. You stand a chance of winning amazing prizes as well, and that's from Tasty Tom during the phone-in sessions on the drive time on our channels over here as well. So all you need to do is to tell us how you prepare your favorite meal using Tasty Tom and Rich Tomato Mix, and you're good to go. This promises to be fun and exciting. We want you to be a part of it. Tasty Tom and Rich Tomato Mix. For kakra. Yes, that's what we're talking about. So do well and be part of this awesome promotion that we're running on our drive time shows on our channels over here. So if you tune into drive time on Joy, for example, you get to experience that and win something for yourself. All right. So that's what it is. We're going to move on, and as always, we get into the front pages of the newspapers, and then we're getting to the major issues. We're looking at the EC, and we're supposed to have had the limited registration ongoing, but it came with challenges that we're going to be looking at. I'll tell you what happened in most of the places. We're going to have our correspondent also join us and share with us some of the things that went on in those areas that they actually visited. So we're made to believe that it's supposed to last for 21 days. Now, there were issues of doomsaw, but the EC actually promised that they have bought some generators that would ensure that the process is very smooth. But of course, we had issues like that we're going to be looking at, and some people elsewhere said they were waiting for quotes that never actually came. They were there at 7 a.m. up until 12 in the afternoon, and they were still not been able to find these quotes that would ensure that they started doing the registration. The disappointments and from the various parties and what's the way forward looks like. The EC has released a statement to that effect. We'll be checking into that release as well here on the show. But first of all, let's get into the front page of the newspapers real quick, and then we'll get back to the main issues. Now, Daily Graphic this morning says EVAT is in limbo. EVAT in limbo. Retail outlets suck economic dry. Nation loses billions in revenue. And behold, to publish findings, be bold to public findings. Attorney General tells African investigative bodies. And system failure delays voter registration. Page 16 has got the story on that. And so it's part of our major issue we're looking at this morning. Greater Accra, RICSEC declares Ramsar site security zones. And that's the daily graphic for today. Away from that, Daily Guide is here this morning on the front page. It says that Mahama will run down Ghana, and that says so. P3. It's got a story. You have good policies for chiefs to Bawumia, and Information Minister designated visit Daily Guide. That's also captured on the front page. And voter registration takes off after initial hitches, and we've got that conversation coming up. Now, GFA set mandatory rest periods, and Greenwood won't return to Red Devils. Stay away from your wife, God tells the ex-rugby captain. 155 German police suffer tear gas injuries. That's also the Daily Guide of this morning. The Ghanaian publisher is here. On the front page, it says the NPP loyal ladies prefer female as running mates and have chiefs endorsed Bawumia's agenda. Another one over here says, I cannot hand over to Mahama, says Akufo-Addo. And Muhammad Ali writes, the role of succession planning in promoting brand resilience, sustainable growth. That's also captured on the front page of the Ghanaian publisher. Now, Yoko fires another salvo to OSP. That's also in page 2. You can read about it if you got a copy of the Ghanaian publisher for today. The Republic Press is here, and the Republic Press this morning says OSP Yoko caught in crossfire over Cecilia Dapa case, and Nana takes down Mahama, calls on Ghanaians to reject him. I've got about 30 policies to my name. Mahama has none, says Bawumia. That's the Republic Press this morning on the issues of Mahama and Yoko. Now, the new finder, it says Bawumia's policies good for present, next generations. I have achieved, says so. And network failure galore, prospective first-time voters disappointed. And the president assures blue skies of government support. Too busted for attempting to smuggle 130 bags of cocoa beans to Togo. That's also on the front page of the new finder for today. The custodian is here this morning. It says that the EC begins voter registration exercise, establish local enterprises to replace relocated companies, AGI to government. And I'll be a decisive leader. Bawumia assures Ghanaians, says Ghana's future lies beyond cocoa and gold. That's the Ghanaian, the custodian this morning reporting on some issues of politics. Now, the Ghanaian Times this morning says that help us deal with land guards. Sand winners, blue skies management appeals to president. That's also captured by the Ghanaian Times. Now, Gomwa Feta chief condemns killing of soldier at Kaswa, and also new force leader launches 100 million Ghana cedis crowd funding to support electioneering. Page 8 has got a story, and then you can read about it. Limited voters registration commencement experiences hiccups, and page 9 has got a story you can read when you grab a copy of the Ghanaian Times today. Stop premium undercutting to sustain industry. Commissioner of Insurance says so. At the back page, Veep cut sword for Mother Teresa Soup Kitchen at Sempe, and Foreign Affairs Ministry revives Made in Ghana Bazaar. That's also captured by the Ghanaian Times for today. All right, so those are stories making the front pages of the various newspapers. Once you grab a copy, you can read about all of them. And it brings us to our major conversation this morning here on the show. And we're looking at the new voters registration exercise that was supposed to have started yesterday. It did, but it came with its own challenges. It's supposed to last for 21 days. We're going to be looking at what the way forward looks like. And the EC has released a statement to that effect. We'll take a look at that also here on the show as well. Now, we're going to be taking some updates from our correspondent also to let us know what really went on in the various places that they visited. But I've been joined in the studio by Adel Ibn Sheikh Omar Ibrahim, National Communications and the Director of Operations for Greater Accra Youth Wing, the NDC, joining us this morning. Adel, good morning. How are you doing? I'm very well, my brother. Great. And also, Fados Man is also here with us this morning, is also representing the NPP communications team, and he's in his full I don't know if it's your full regalia or you are just in one fugu. Because I'm not seeing all the.
No. I believe it's just a normal fugu, normal fugu this morning.
Okay, so it's not for any time.
No.
It has some things tied inside.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. There are some things tied
Protection
inside.
or what?
What is the kind
Protection against from who? From you this morning. Hey, this my brother. You are too diabolic. This my brother.
Nado says they should prepare.
Prepare for.
So when you prepare for this, it doesn't say.
Hey. Okay. Is that how you people are seeing it? You see, this my brother. Good
morning, Frank.
Good morning. How is the family?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we will later be joined by Ni Ayi Opare. He's representing the Movement for Change. If he's able to join us this morning, we'll also introduce him here on the show. Last week he was here, so I'm hoping that he's able to join us this morning as well. So the Electoral Commission actually started the limited voter registration exercise for first-time voters and persons who wish to actually own a voter card and exercise their franchise. And it's supposed to last for 21 days. But yesterday, it began and we had stories from different places, the disappointment from these new voters, and also the way forward. Now, let me check what the AC actually put together real quick, and then we'll take, see if we can connect with any of our correspondents, and then we'll come back to the studio. Or either ways, we'll still be okay. Now, it says initial challenges with the registration exercise, and the EC says the Commission wishes to bring to the attention of the general public that following our monitoring of the voters' registration exercise this morning, as of yesterday, we observed some technical challenges with internet connectivity in a number of our centers. This delayed the start of the registration at a number of the registration centers. We are happy to note that by 12 p.m., the technical issues in most of the registration centers had been resolved. Consequently, the registration exercise is proceeding smoothly in almost all the registration centers nationwide. Now, it continues and says, we encourage all qualified applicants to avail themselves and register to vote in their respective districts. Elections 2024, you vote your future, and was signed by Mr. Michael Bodu, AG, Director of Public Affairs. Now, let's go to Kumasi, and Abuachi was there and filed this report.
The Electoral Commission is anticipating the participation of over 851,000 first-time voters in the upcoming general election. The figure remains significant since around 17,000 votes determined the outcome of the 2020 general election. To the group of first-time voters who also tag themselves free SHS beneficiaries, their right to participation in the elections should not be underrated. To them, there is need to choose a leader to sustain the free SHS policy, which has positively impacted lives.
2020, we saw what those who completed in 2018 and in 2019, the ordeal that they went through. It got to a time they were sacked from exams halls because they were owing school fees. I didn't encounter that ordeal, courtesy of the free senior high school policy. There was a time where they were denied entry into dining halls because of fees that they were owing. There were times they had to exhibit a chit, a green chit, to signify that they had paid their fees in full. It got to a time they had to exhibit or show a yellow chit before they were given access to the dining hall to signify that part of their fees had been paid. But I never encountered, even though I witnessed it, but I never encountered such an ordeal. It is all courtesy of the free senior high school policy.
I'm a beneficiary of the free SHS policy that the Nana Akufo-Addo Bawumia government introduced to Ghana. It has really helped us financially, socially, and a whole lot. So I am urging you guys to register to vote.
Already, the new Patriotic Party has put the beneficiaries together for mobilization of qualified individuals for the voter registration. Ashanti Regional Youth Organizer of the NPP, Raphael Safu Patrick, gives reason for the drive.
These are representatives of, they are representing free SHS graduates association in different campuses. So they are going to do the mobilization of their friends to go out and register. So these are students from all the tertiary institutions in Ashanti region, representing the free SHS interest. So they will mobilize their friends in the different campuses to go to the registration centers and go and also register. So that will be their role in the course of the registration.
For Joy News, Nana Yaljima, Kumasi.
All right, so that's a report from Kumasi. Now, let me see if we can speak to Nana. Nana, if you can hear me, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Very well. So I don't know how the processes looks like this morning, if it's too early, but what are we looking forward to this morning?
Well, let me just start from yesterday, where the process was halted for a while, for about close to 3 hours, and the EC had to put the process on hold due to the technical and internet hitches. We found several reports on how difficult it was for these first-time voters to get their voters' ID card. Stranded for about 3 hours, they all had to be packed into a bus to make sure that they are fine. Those political parties who brought them in had to make sure that they give them food so that they do not leave. And so for yesterday, the wrap of it all had to deal with the EC's inability to start on time at exactly 7 a.m. as it promised. So today, the EC is expected to begin at 7 a.m. also, without any technical and internet hitches. Yesterday, they made sure that they resolved the issue to make sure that when it starts at exactly 7 a.m. this morning, the first-time applicants or the first-time voters will not be stranded. And so today we are looking up to a more robust system to make sure that the process goes on smoothly.
In terms of turnout, what can you say about those who came? Was it they were eager to do this, or some just wanted to come and experience it for the first time?
Well, in terms of turnout, the individual willingness to participate in the exercise was very low. You could see that anybody, first-time voters coming in, would be brought in by Party A or Party B. That is why we could see a lot of buses at the EC, even the EC head office in the Ashanti region. You could see a lot of buses. These buses were brought in by political party agents who are representing their various parties, bringing in a number of first-time voters to participate in the exercise. Well, when we speak to these first-time voters or first-time applicants, they tell us that, well, they have interest in participating in the election, and then they also had to come in. But then the individual willingness was not quite impressive because they had to be brought in by various political parties. And so to talk of voter turnout, we can say that it can be divided into two aspects, whereas the parties are bringing in a number of people to participate in the exercise. But then for the individual willingness to participate in the exercise, generally it's very, very low.
In terms of the challenges that we had yesterday, the EC has promised that some of these issues have been solved. Speaking to those who are coming to, do the registration, what happened yesterday? Were they very disappointed and they are hoping that it hasn't, happened today? How was the feeling like?
Well, a lot of these first-time applicants were very, very stranded, very frustrated. For 3 hours, the process had to start at exactly 7 a.m. And when it was 7 a.m. on the dot, the EC had to put all of them on hold. Now, I can tell you that the frustration cuts across between agents of political parties and then these first-time applicants. The agents were frustrated. They had to confront the EC officials to express their disappointment in them for not being able to continue with the process or even start with the process at exactly 7 a.m. as they promised. For them, they had to bus a number of people to come and participate in the exercise. So bringing in these applicants and then leaving them stranded and not even starting the process at exactly 7 a.m. gives them some form of headache. For the first-time applicants who came into, some of them had to move out of school to come and participate in the exercise. These applicants even had to join buses to come in. And so for them not to be able to start the process at exactly 7 a.m., they also got stranded. Most of them, I can't say, we had instances where about 5 people were leaving in an hour. You could see a number of people getting out of the centers, various centers, because they've been there for quite some time. A number of them even came before 7 a.m. Some of them had to come and form queues to make sure that it gets to their time early so that they can have their cards and leave. But then at 7 o'clock on the doors, the process had not started. They were stranded. responded, frustrated, expressing their frustration to the EC, and then they had to leave. These agents too had to make sure that they feed these people they had brought from afar so that they do not even get the frustration does not even get worse. And so for the first-time applicants, they are expecting the EC to muster up its performance this morning to make sure that at exactly 7 a.m. on the dot, they would not be hit by any technical and internet glitches which will stall the project and the process for a while.
Apart from those that were brought in by parties to, exercise their franchise and all that, hopefully vote for them at the end of the day, were there others who genuinely came and wanted to see change and they had come to actually register to be able to vote?
We clearly saw the expression of some of these first-time voters who said, yes, we are coming in to participate in the exercise to make sure that we would be able to make changes in the government system. Well, a young boy we spoke to was so happy to participate in the exercise. He says that he didn't come in the bus. He came on his own. His parents were with him. Too, his mother and his father came as guarantors to make sure that he gets his card. For him, he is willing to participate in the December 7th post to make sure that he'll be part of the decision makers or kingmakers in the upcoming election. He has been having the willingness to participate in the vote, but got 18 this year, and his joy in participating and the get card to get to vote in December 7th was so much on top, because he's so excited to get his card and then make sure that he gets his vote on December 7th. And so clearly we could see that amongst these first-time voters or these first-time applicants, some of them are excited to have their cards and to make sure that they get to vote for Party A and Party B to make changes or to sustain government.
Very well, Nanabuachi Yandom, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we're hoping to get some more reports tomorrow as the process continues today. Great. That's correspondent from Kumasi, Nanabuachi Yandom, speaking to us on the ongoing exercise by the EC for first-time voters who are supposed to register. It's supposed to last for 21 days. It started yesterday, but not without some challenges. The EC has promised that those challenges have been dealt with, and moving forward, we'll have a smooth running of the exercise. We're hoping that things goes as planned today. Let me get back to the studio. I will try as much as possible and connect with our other correspondents in the various regions as well to find out exactly what the situation looks like in those other places as well. Osman, are you disappointed?
Thank you.
By the way things started yesterday?
All right. First, let me say good morning to our viewers this morning, and then to also use this opportunity to send a message across from the leader of our party, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You know, I'm from the Bono region. This morning, he will start his tour within my region. So we, on behalf of the region, we welcome him to the Bono region.
You're not going?
Well, other responsibilities has kept me here. That's why I'm here this morning. Great. I think it is fair to welcome him to my region, my home region, and also to use the opportunity. You know, throughout his engagement, he has indicated that when given the opportunity to lead this country, one thing we've not paid much attention to is how we've taken care of our persons living with disabilities. And he has promised that when given the opportunity, he's going to ensure that tertiary education for persons living with disability will be free. Now we've given them free senior high school education. So we are trying to extend it further to a point where we can bring them to a level where they will be better off to also compete in the job market for other opportunities with people or persons fit enough to also compete within the space. I think this is something we need to commend him and also plead with Ghanaians that these are policies Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is putting before the Ghanaian people. And I'm very certain, well, from where I sit, that Ghanaians are buying into his message. Looking at the crowd over the week, from last week, looking at how his engagement has been so far, I'm very certain that by the time he finishes his first phase of his campaign, definitely things on the grounds will change, and it will be in the direct, or it will be in directions towards ensuring we break the 8 come this year's elections. But with the registration commencing yesterday, I think we need to put it in context. You know, this Fourth Republic started in 1992. And if you look at elections so far and elections activity so far from 1992, I believe what we've gotten to today, we need to commend ourselves as a country, though there will be challenges. I believe from the stolen verdict in 1992, where the NPP had to boycott the parliamentary elections after the presidential elections. And then after some calls were made, things started improving, reforms upon reforms upon reforms. So we came to get, we had this ID card where we had thumbprint on. Mm-hmm. From there, we had a black and white picture. Yeah. We had opaque ballot boxes. You go into a room, the box is inside there, you vote and go out. You don't know what's inside the box. I believe we've come a long way. We've had some success over the years. And looking at what is happening now we have biometric voter system. You can easily put your bio data, capture everything. I think we've come a long way. We've improved upon our electoral systems over the years. But then, looking at yesterday, I think we should not be in rush to run down the entire process. It's going to take, I think, 2-3 weeks. So having yesterday being the first day and having some challenges within some selected, not entirely across the country, some selected few, I think it is something we should have expected, because these are systems. And as we all know, systems are such that you cannot guarantee 800% efficacy when you have to start a process like this. Some will say, you should have done at least a test run of them to be sure that every place will be ready. Definitely, it will be something we need to look at. But I think, in all, looking at the report so far and looking at the briefings from EC, the press release, I think we should give them that space and give them the benefit of the doubt that they are capable and competent in performing their duties. I am very certain that nothing whatsoever, looking at the numbers they are expecting to register, that's close to 700,000 within this phase. I believe it is okay. It's not that much that EC will not be able to do. So let's calm ourselves.
And that's where the problem seems to be. You have about less than 8 months.
Yes.
To actually have a national, responsibility that actually puts a lot on the EC. Yeah. So if we're going through this phase we're going through right now, is it not worrying?
What is so worrying? I don't see anything worrying about this. Let's be very honest. You see, we know we're heading towards the
these are almost the same processes that we'll be going through.
We should not create an atmosphere that will create some fear and panic out there that people might want to take advantage of the space. Do you get the point? I have no doubt in my mind that the EC will not be able to perform its functions in registering eligible Ghanaian voters. And I have no doubt in my mind that EC will not be able to do that. EC will do that perfectly. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Because the point is that the moment it started yesterday, early days, we start creating this impression out there, creating that kind of atmosphere where political actors like ourselves, this morning, Adele here will tell you, he will make all claims that EC, we are watching you with eagle eyes. EC has been there for how many years now? Since 1992. We've had elections within this Fourth Republic. Let me put it that way. Within this Fourth Republic, we've had elections upon elections. That's why I gave you where the genesis of how long we've come, where we started from. So we should not create that fear out there. Let me assure Ghanaians this morning, and I will assure you too. I don't speak for EC, but as part of or as stakeholders in these elections, we are not worried. We are not worried. The only concerns we may have is that EC should do the right things, mandated by law and by the Constitution and by the CI to do. That's what we expect of EC.
Yeah, the technical aspect of that does not matter.
No, the technical aspect is what?
The process is good does not matter.
It started yesterday. That's why I gave you the point. If this had been 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and we've had this consistently, then we'll be all worried. But from the EC's message yesterday, I think we should give them that space. That's all I'm pleading for this morning. You see, if we don't do this and we start to create the fear out this morning, on this platform, huge platform, we create the fear, like I said, Ade will do. Eagle eyes, and we are doing this, we are doing that. I believe it will not help the space. We're heading towards elections. And anything that will cause disturbances within the space should not be entertained. So we plead with EC to do the right thing. And as they are doing, I have no doubt, I told you, they are doing very well. Challenges happened yesterday, and they were isolated cases. If you pick all in all across the country, you will not be able to give me at least less than 10%. It will not go beyond 10%. I don't even think it goes beyond 5% of where challenges occurred. So this is something we need to please pay attention to. Let's calm nerves, let's calm the waters, let's give EC the space. They've done it before. This is not the first time EC is doing limited voter registration exercise. It has been done several times in the past. Last year or so, I believe it was done for the assembly elections. We were here. We took part in activities. So please, let's calm down. Let's relax. Let's have trust in EC that we've come a long way. If we can look back and say we've come from the opaque ballot box system regimes, we've had reforms upon reforms to where we are today, we should be a bit relaxed. Knowing very well that we have a competent electoral EC mandated by law to run elections in this country.
Okay.
I believe that's very important. If not, if we are not careful, we'll end up creating a very certain atmosphere which might not be good for our election year. Because it's an election year. Anything EC does from now to 7th December, I believe, they will tell you, eagle eye. I keep using the eagle eye. They've been saying it everywhere, so I'm borrowing the word from them. We are watching with eagle eye. What eagle eye? You've been there before. And you know how systems have been run at that space. You get the point. So let's please allow the space. It started yesterday. We are looking up to the EC. And we trust they will do the right thing.
Okay.
We trust that what happened yesterday will not occur today. Because if it occurs today, tomorrow, then at that moment you start getting that worrying feeling that what is happening. I believe with what happened yesterday and the assurance from EC, let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
Adele, do we have eagle eyes on the EC?
That's what they've been saying from yesterday.
I heard Mr. Babande speak about it.
I know, right? Alaji Fad Osman.
I'm not
KMJ. You'll get there, inshallah. KMJ, when I walk out of my house and I see my neighbor, every time he sees me, he goes like, I have plans for you, with that face. And then I'm wondering, what's up? I'm in my house, you're in your house, We're using the same lane, When I come out, you give me space. When you come out, I give you space. There's supposed to be some kind of fairness, using the lane. The next time I come out, he tells me that the next time I see you, I will shoot you. For example.
Yeah.
Okay? And then I'm looking at it. Then, the third time he comes, and then now he knocks on my door. He knocks on my door, and then I open and say, I'm telling you. They say, when all the other people in the neighborhood are watching, my next neighbor can see it. The third neighbor can see it. Everybody else in that neighborhood can see that this is what he's been doing to me. He's been consistently threatening me. I'm told not to do anything. Just sit down and watch. I shouldn't probably even go to the police station and report. Even Fad will not do that. It's just ridiculous. What NDC keeps telling you, and you refuse to understand, is that we're giving you what is called the F clause. F. If A doesn't become A, B will be B, whether you like it or not. This is what we're telling you. We're telling you that we have a constitution. The constitution has mandated the Electoral Commission to do things in a certain way. If the Electoral Commission does not do those things in those ways, we would not accept it. Is that a problem? If the Electoral Commission wants the right thing to be done, and the presidency wants the right thing to be done, why would the NDC be agitated? Over what? Why? All that energy I'm going to waste, for what? You have an Electoral Commission who is supposed to give to political parties 14 days before limited registrations, people they have appointed to embark on this program. You want to give us that list yesterday? 14 days before. The Constitution says 14 days before. You want to give it to us on the day you started registration. For us to peruse over 2,000 or 1,000 plus people to see who belongs to the MPP and who doesn't belong to the MPP that you have placed at the Electoral Commission. Apia Hene is there, at least we've seen him. I have a list of some of them, including that I can actually mention on set. So this is what you're doing. We're going for a match. The referee is in bed with you consistently. The president himself is making statements like, I won't hand over to John Dramani Mahama. Who are you? Are you God? Why? If people were not being handed over to Nana Addo, you'll be president. I'm just saying. Nana Addo will be president.
Maybe he's making reference that he would rather want to make sure he's succeeded.
No. I can't listen. I can't hand over to Mahama. I cannot hand over to Mahama. What is that? When you say I cannot, that's a definite statement. I cannot. I hope If you said, I hope that I won't have to hand over to Mahama, that's a different conversation. But when you say, I cannot, that's a different statement. And we're saying that, listen, all these things you're doing, all this back and forth and making all this noise, and then you have Brian Champon shouting, and then you have Electoral Commission doing all these things that they are doing, picking MPP, party communicators, like Apiahene, and making him a commissioner. They should find somewhere else and take that conversation. Look, one of the greatest character of men, one of the greatest character of people of candor are the kind of people who will stand up and fight for their right. And Ghanaians have always fought for their right. When we had the white people sitting on top of us some 60, 70 years ago, we didn't come sit with them and say, come and let's negotiate. We didn't do that. We fought for it. We stood the grounds. We fought for it. We asked for that freedom. What is about to happen in 2024 is called communal labor, whether you like it or not. The people of Ghana are going out. We're going to vote massively. We are telling the president consistently that the atmosphere that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama created for him, in order for him to be able to win his votes in 2016 convincingly, we're asking him to replicate that same platform.
That's not happening.
That's not happening.
What we're saying.
No.
There's been IPAC
Did you hear John Mahama consistently back then saying that I'm not going to hand over to Akufo-Addo? Did you hear him?
Oh, okay. Maybe he chose not to say that, but
because it is unacceptable.
It doesn't mean that he says that if the former president becomes the one who wins the election, he will not hand over to him.
KMG, it is not the right thing to say. Even for me.
Do you think that it is something he will do?
Why?
Clearly the former president wins and he says that this is constitution. It's legal.
I'll take you biblical. Out of the abundance of the heart.
Yes, but I'm also saying that if the former president wins the elections, you think that he will say that he has won, but I'm not going to give him?
And I'm saying that, KMG, I won't hand over to John Dramani Mahama. I cannot hand over to John Dramani Mahama. And all those other conversations that are happening, the issues I'm raising is that when you see the president towing that lane, and you see his ministers and appointees towing that lane, and you see the Electoral Commission taking certain steps, which we say is unconstitutional, certainly I should be worried. I want to hear the president telling the Electoral Commission that you cannot be doing this. Wow. I want to hear the president telling the Electoral Commission that, listen, make sure that parties are receiving what they're supposed to receive. I want to hear the president at this point in time worried about our national security and telling the Electoral Commission that, listen, if you continue this way, you're going to create doubts in the minds of people. You're going to make people think that perhaps I'm in bed with you.
Okay.
So do something different.
Adele, hold your breath for me. Let me go to the northern region and come back. Find out what is happening.
I'm not done.
Oh, voter region. Okay, so let me go to the voter region and speak to you. Ivy. Ivy is there. Ivy, good morning. Ivy, if you can hear me, good morning. How are you doing?
Yeah, good morning. I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm well. Thanks for asking, and thanks for making time for us this morning. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Great. So yesterday at the voter region, which areas started and what happened over there?
Some of the places, Keta, Ho, was mostly in Ho, where the first-time voters, especially those who just turned 18, and some at the tertiary institution were seen trying to register yesterday, but some of them said they had a bad experience because of the network issues. They said it would have been proper for the authorities or the officials to rectify that since it was their first time registering. So for some of them, it was not so pleasant experience. Aside that, they were happy to be there to register to vote for the first time. There were technical challenges, according to the officials, but from around midday, everything went well. But what we also realized was that there was low turnout, maybe because it was the first day. And so the officials are hoping that from today, things will get busy or people may come it will be better than yesterday, especially in regards with the tertiary institutions.
In terms of the challenges with the EC, We understand that some areas they were waiting for codes, others there was a network issue and all of that. In those areas, which were the major issues that were faced by the voting process?
Yeah, mostly it was the network issues, and the places I monitored, it was network issues where the first timers had to wait for some time. Some of them had to go back to their various places, homes and campuses, and come back to register. So mostly it was more of network challenges.
At what time did they eventually have the registration done? Between the 7 and what time? What time was the network and all those challenges solved?
From around 11 a.m. To midday thereabouts, everything went normal.
So did everybody that come at that time, register, or some had to go back and come back today?
No, from the beginning, some had to go back to their various homes or campuses and then come back. For those in SHS in the boarding house, they are not able to come, but those in the students were able to come, but they had to go back to school and come back to register. So today they are hoping those who couldn't, or those who couldn't go there early enough, they are hoping that today the process will be smooth enough for them to register early and go back home.
In some areas, we understand that party people asked some people to come there and register. And in the Volta region, did we see the same instance?
The places I monitored, I didn't see anything of that sort. What I saw a message in some platforms. I tried calling the NDC secretary, that's the regional secretary, but I couldn't. He was complaining, that's James Gunu, he was complaining about the technical challenges in most of the centers and was asking the EC officials to do well to improve on the network challenges so that from today, things will go back to normal. There, he was not happy about the fact that it was the first day and things were not smooth for the first day to make the new, those who just turned 18 to have a smooth process. So he was asking them to do their best or to do the needful and make sure that from today everything gets back to normal.
Finally, in terms of behavior, did the delay and everything cause any agitations? Were the new voters very disappointed and caused any form of agitation?
Well, from the places I monitored, no.
Okay.
There was no agitation. The EC official led by Nana Ojo at the whole AC office was there to make sure that there was order. And he was trying to speak with the people. He also spoke with the media on what was going on, the network challenges, and assuring the people that everything was going to be fine. The places are monitored. Everything was calm. People were just relaxed, waiting for the network at the time it was bad to be restored and waiting for their turn to get registered.
Very well, Ivy. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're going to come back to you hopefully tomorrow to get some more updates on what happens today.
Right, sure.
Great. And that's our correspondent from the Volta region, Ivy Setoji, joining us this morning with reports of what exactly happened yesterday in the Volta region, in the areas that she actually monitored. Now, don't also forget that there have been some 3 applicants that have been disqualified for not able to provide their residence. We'll look at that issue too as well. What exactly that situation also becomes moving forward. Adele.
KMJ, so in London, what we're saying is that this year's election is critical. We call on the Peace Council consistently. We're calling on them to make their voices heard. All of us, everybody, right from the imams, right from the pastors, right from our traditional leaders, everybody has a responsibility to call on the Electoral Commission to make sure that the right things are done. First sitting here, if in 2016 he had listened to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama speaking the way Nana Akufo-Addo is speaking today, and he had seen those things that Electoral Commission at the time, for example, Madam, what do you call it? Charlotte Osei was saying certain things. as to what you're seeing today, Jean Mensa doing, and the kind of activities that are happening right now, I'm sure they wouldn't have gone home and slept. They would have spoken about it. And they spoke about things that they felt were done unacceptably way back in 2016. In fact, in 2012, you people went to court. There were certain, recommendations that were given that we had to work on in order for us to get 2016 the way we had it. And you won convincingly. We're asking you to replicate the same. We're asking you to give us that same platform we gave you.
They've promised that over and over again.
KMJ, it is one thing for the
president. Promising that.
KMJ, the president says one thing and does the other. No haircuts, there's haircut. I will hand over. Oh, wait. I will hand over my governance. Because of Galamsey. He's sitting on it. Can you please allow me? You understand what I'm saying? I would hand over my governance, in exchange for this. There's nothing to it. What is happening? So we're saying that the president says one thing and does the other. And we're calling on their attention. The people of Ghana are tired. KMJ, look, the stress is real. People are struggling, like for real. Fuel, you have close about almost 15 to 17 taxes on fuel. 15 to 17 taxes. You have over close to about 10 companies running away from Ghana. Over 800,000 people falling below the poverty line. This is how bad, the situation is. Glover is going, Jumia is going, Game has left, Dark and Lovely. Dark and Lovely is leaving. Big Pen is leaving. We don't have students in class. Unilever is moving the production of Lipton to Nigeria. And then when Unilever set up their plant here in Ghana to produce Pepsodent, after commissioning it, are you aware of the fact that till today they have not started the production of Pepsodent? Do you know why? Because, again, the cost of production has gone high. On fuel alone, you have energy debt recovery levy, energy sector levy recovery levy, you have energy sector levy, you have road fund levy, you have energy fund levy.
Are they all leaving because of this?
Are they? I'm telling you.
Would also be leaving because of the competition.
The companies have indicated categorically that the cost of production is high. Glovo has indicated that the reason why they're actually struggling and they have to move is because sometimes the people, their riders keep on changing, swapping, trips. For example, somebody placed an order for a food in Kaswa. The rider picks it up, he looks at the journey, it's Kaswa. He's considering his fuel and the fact that if he goes to Kaswa, it will be a problem because of how much is going to be paid. So he cancels the trip. You're saying, look, the cancellation is too much. But the truth of the matter is that they are struggling. Bolt drivers are doing the same. When you place an order for Bolt, they come and pick you up. Now they call you and they ask you, where are you going? They want to know first. Why are they asking? Because the cost of fuel is difficult. And they're being charged 20 to 25%, from Bolt itself. How much is left? How much for maintenance? How much are they going to earn? How much are they paying their car owners? And how much are they going to use for fuel? So these are the issues. And I'm saying over 17, I'm not even done. You have price stabilization and recovery levy. You have sanitation and pollution levy. You have special petroleum tax. You have primary distribution margin. You have boss margin, fuel market margin, ex-depot margin, UPPF. You have marketers margin, dealers, retailers and operators margin. What is this? And you keep pounding. Kopek has told you, reduce. Fuel is right around 14 cedis. And the people of Ghana generally are struggling. Over 800,000, like I told you earlier, have fallen below the poverty line. So this election is an election of redemption. It's an election of bringing us back to where we were coming from.
The NDC will do better.
We have done better. We've always done better, KMJ. Listen, the man is giving you solutions. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is giving you solutions. The man is speaking and institutions are moving. He tells you what? I want to do what is called a 24-hour economy. Brilliant idea. The first time he said it, Bawumia stood up north. He said, it's a very, very bad idea. Immediately, he was called at the National. Massa, stop talking like that. You don't know what you're talking about. They stopped his campaign. He has to come back to Accra and reorganize. All of a sudden, the communicators in the party are now saying that, it's already being done. Something that is a bad idea is being done. But the reality of the case is that you have the court system who has sat down and thought about it and said, look, let's do this thing John Mahama is saying. Let's run shift. So now, aside the fact that the court is running in the morning and closing at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, they're going to run another shift that is supposed to end at 6 p.m. in the evening. This is what we call wisdom. This is what we call solutions. He's telling you that within that same space that you're employing 500 people, I'm saying create an avenue within that same space and employ another 300 or 400 people late in the night. All these 800,000 people that are falling below the lines, we can get something for them to do. For those of them who have certifications, go and do it. For those of them who say that, I'm an Okada rider, I don't have a certificate. I can't work. John Dramani Mohammed says, don't worry. We would also propel you. Why do we have to propel them? Because that is a source of livelihood. That is where they feed from. We can help them with motorcycles. Let's help them with it. Some of them don't have the money to buy. So what they do, people actually buy them, give it to them for them to work. We're saying the Okada system, we're going to take care of it. These are solutions. Taking care of the average person, taking care of the minimum person. When we said before 2020 elections that we're going to support Okada, they came and quickly ran to the people and said, oh, don't worry, we are going to give you cars. Where are the cars? So these are the kind of people we're dealing with. We're saying the average person needs to be lifted up. The people are struggling. So this election is an election of redemption. Everybody's eye is watching. The average person who has lost his job is watching. All these 10 companies I listed, all those people who are going to lose their jobs, they are watching. Let me sum it up with what Kweku Kwarteng said, so that they stop all this COVID conversation they keep telling us. We're calling on the people of Ghana to come out and register. We're telling everybody to make sure that they have their votes count. You cannot sit at home and then make all that noise and complain about doomsday and complain about the heat and complain about your business is messing up when you don't encourage your young people to go and vote. We have an opportunity to take this government out and not give it back to Bawumia in order for us to be able to succeed. They have received more than anybody else has received, yet they complain. Since we started telling them in 2019, KMJ, that this country is heading into something, they said, oh, this country is not going anywhere. There's nothing wrong. It is COVID Ukraine. Let me tell you what their chairman of the Finance Committee in Parliament said. Kweku Kwarteng said, I believe that COVID Ukraine-Russia war had an impact on our economy. But I do not think that we weren't going to get here but for these. This is the chairman on the finance, the chairman, on finance, committee in Parliament. Kweku Kwarteng, their MP, indicating to you that, yes, we agree that COVID has actually hit us. But even without COVID, we would have still got it here. And this is what we're telling you since 2019. All of a sudden you go, and then you come back to the same place. You go, come back to the same place. We're telling you, Fad, whether you like it or not, tell the president the right things has to be done. He has a responsibility to call the Electoral Commission to order. You should call her to order. Aside that, if they do the right things, we do the right things. If they refuse to do the right things, we will not allow for our rights to be trampled upon.
Newsflash is proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise, Phone Papa Pafie, and it's where you need it to go. We have Samsungs, quality phones, iPhones. We've got phones that when you're using, you know that you're guaranteed of quality, and that's what we're talking about. So do well, come to our branches and shop with us. Now, it's pretty simple. If you've got a shop, if you've got your house, you want to make sure that you're monitoring every single activity that happens in the house. You need a CCTV cameras from us, and we're selling some that are of quality, and anywhere at any time you can monitor what is going on in your house. It's very dangerous to leave places like that for people that you cannot trust, especially when you know that you've got some very valuable things in those places you want monitored. Now, CCTV cameras that we have, you can actually monitor on your phones, and once it's installed, you're good to go. And of course, if we're talking about air conditions, we've got all the various types that you want to buy from, and once you come there, you definitely is guaranteed of quality. So please do well. Give us a call. You can go on our app. The Franco Trading app is on Google Play Store, and once you go there, you can download it. You've got Franco Trading Enterprise in your hands. Our website is www.francotrading.com. Give us a call, 0555-939311. Our numbers on your screens. You can call any of them. Please do not pick any number from social media to speak to anyone or on Google. Please do call those numbers you see on your screens, the one we give you here on the show, and call us and speak to us. It's www.francotrading.com. That's our website. You can also go there and download the app, and you're good to go. Franco Trading Enterprise says, Phone Papa Pafie. And we've got you always covered. Big Chef Junior is happening. The grand finale is happening on the 26th of May. You want to be a part of it, please do well and come to the car park of Joy FM, and let's find out which of the 6 contestants actually makes it to the winning stage and takes over from Fidelia. You don't want to miss out on that. It's 5 p.m. sharp, and we've begun. Please come with the family, cheer them on, and make sure that you support them to greatness. And that's what we're asking you to do on the 26th of May at the car park of Joy FM. And of course, on a more serious note, comes your way every Friday at 8 p.m. Make sure you tune in. Myself, my partners in laughter will be coming your way. We'll make your Friday nights very, very exciting. So do well to check us out on Friday at 8 p.m. here on Joy Prime. And for Kids Paradise, also airs on Saturdays at 12 noon. You want to be a part of that experience as well. The kids are doing amazing stuff, and you want to join them every Saturday and be part of those conversations they have over here on the show. Just 10 to 18 is actually showing every Saturday at 10 a.m. And we're talking to young people who are getting to vote for the very first time, how enthusiastic they are, their eagerness to actually, make decisions for themselves and vote for change and all of that. So we've been going around, we've been speaking to them, we're bringing all of that to you, get to know what they are thinking, how they see the country and all of that. Lois is going to be hosting that, and trust me, she's got some great packages for you. So do well to tune in every Saturday at 10 a.m. here on Joy Prime. Don't miss out. Trotro Diaries comes your way at 11 a.m. right after that, exciting conversations with young people who want to actually vote for the first time. You get to also enjoy the diaries that we have in Trotro, the conversations, the things that actually go on, and you've got stories to share. You can also tune in and share those stories with us here on Trotro Diaries. All right. So those are some things that I want to share with you. Make sure that you're making time on Joy Prime this week. Now, I'm going to get back to my guest in the studio, but before that, Martina Bugri is in the northern region. She's our correspondent. Let's switch to her real quick and find out what is going on over there as well. Martina, if you can hear me, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking, and thanks for making time for us this morning as well.
You're welcome.
Great. Yesterday, we had some challenges with the first-time registration. Now, what can you report on that from the northern region?
So the entire northern region had a challenge yesterday. From 7 to almost 12 o'clock, they could not register anybody. We are told that it's a technical problem that came from the headquarters. And so anytime they process you and you get to where the picture is taken, you can't do anything again. And so they could not register people throughout until it was resolved a couple of minutes to 12 midday. And then they started work. The places we monitored after the initial heat, work was going on smoothly. There were no issues. The people were well organized and then waiting for their turn to go through the process. At the Tamale South Metro Office, the only challenge the EC officer raised was that once in a while you have the people crowd at the guarantors table, and that was an issue, but they were able to resolve it. We spoke to some of the first-time voters. They are excited, and so even the delay, they were not bothered about the delay. All they were interested in is to get their card. And that's the excitement they have, knowing that in the next couple of months, they will be able to help decide who rules the country. So that excitement you find with the first-time voters. We also spoke to the political parties. They are okay with the process, but they were hoping that the delay that started, the initial hit, the EC would find a way to make up for that time that was lost so that they can have people who would have registered within that hour and were not able to would have the opportunity to register.
Speaking to those who actually came, how enthusiastic are they? Are they coming because they've got the influence from their parents, or it's just that they want to also exercise their franchise and make decisions in the country?
I think they are influenced by the idea that they will be able to take a decision to help who leads the country. And these are young girls I spoke to who are in senior high school. One says she's 18, the other said she's 18 and some few months above. They are excited, and the reason is that over the years, people determine who rules there. But this year, they will be part of those who determine who rules the country. And that excitement is what is pushing them to want to have their card.
All right. In terms of the issue of party, people busing people to, the place to actually exercise that, process. In Kumasi, we had, parties bringing individuals there. Did we see the same thing happen in anywhere in the northern region?
No. So the few centers I visited in the Tamale Metro and the Sanergu, we didn't have issues of busing. These are people who are residing in the constituency and have come to vote. So that's mainly. But earlier, before yesterday, Saviligu, they were raising issues that they were learning that some of the parties were plotting to bus in people, and that will not hold if they attempt. But what we have gone through so far, we haven't seen any such thing happen yet.
At what time are we continuing this morning, and what can you report on that?
This morning, my text shows nothing is wrong yet. They've just started, I'm told. So I'm yet to go through the various centers.
Very well, Martina. Thanks a lot for making time for us this morning. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Great. And that's our Northern Regional Correspondent spending time with us this morning, Martina Bugri, telling us exactly what happened yesterday in the Northern Region and how the processes looks like this morning. We're still going to be getting some updates as and when we're able to get them. But let's come back to the studio. Don't forget that the segment is proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise Phone Papa Pathie. And you can actually make your way to any of our branches and grab yourself any of the products that we have. It ranges from phones to air conditionings to CCTV cameras to screens, television screens and all that. So any of your choice you can make and then make a purchase from us. You will never regret it. Let me come back to the studio. Now, 3 applicants were disqualified. We're going to be looking at that. Now, the issue was that they provided a place of residence that the EC didn't think that it was valid enough. Fad.
Registration, I'll get there quickly, but just a minute to respond to some misconception, some fictitious narrative my brother Adele decided to advance this morning on EC's conduct and what happened in the past. In 2016, during the Maulid celebration of the Tijaniya Ghana Association or group, then President John Dramani Mahama was there. And during his engagement, he indicated that Ghanaians should leave the Electoral Commission alone to perform its responsibilities. This was a call made by the former president when he was in office, because he believed that the EC is mandated by law to run elections in this country. And it's a very key issue is the independence of the Electoral Commission. So we all believe in these regimes, or we all believe in this, how do I put, systems over these years. But when we change positions, or when offices changes, our positions changes on such matters. That is on that note. And also, on a very fictitious narrative my brother created with multinationals leaving our economy or leaving our markets. You see, I was very, very happy when you tried to subject him to some critical issues that might cause to some of these events. But then he, on a normal political platform, how do they call it, Bessie or something like that, right? Took him over. So he kept ranting. But you see, it is so unfortunate that we find ourselves in this space, a platform where we are to inform, educate, and also advance our political interest. Then we deliberately decide to misinform.
Where did the misinformation come
Thank you very much. You see, when he spoke on some multinationals leaving our markets, I was happy when you were trying to subject him to proof and some critical issues, but he have to quickly run away and do his usual propaganda and do his usual...
Some of the other concerns...
By the point, no. So fine, let me ask you this. If you go to South Africa today, Shell, after 120 years in operating within the South African market, has decided to exit the market. Shell. MTN is leaving
This is why they're exiting.
MTN is exiting 2 African countries, as we speak right now, to concentrate on growth in other markets. You see, if you look at reasons why multinationals exit, in literature we call it internationalization. No, internationalization exit. Yes, that's what we call it. You see, it's very funny and very interesting that if you look at data and the literature on all internationalization exits, or de-internationalization in literature, that's how we call it. There's a research that was conducted in 2020 that indicated that the findings that they picked 64 cases, companies that exited markets. And this was the interesting findings. 79% of those companies that exited was due to strategies that the companies were operating on. Only 11%, pay attention to, was a result of the country or the currency risks of the home country.
11%.
11%.
So there's some margin of.
You see, so if we are discussing
that,
you see, when we are discussing this, when we are, you see, 11% as compared to 79%, indicating that due to the strategies they are operating, or due to the strategies they are running within the economy or within the market, they are trying to concentrate on other markets where they can make at least some profits. Look at something. If you go to Nigeria as we speak today, as far as of February this year, 20 multinationals had left the Nigerian market to concentrate on other markets. Société Générale is not leaving only Ghanaian market. This is a French bank, right? That has its own operations within that space and has been here for 20 years. Today, if you pick the Nigerian banks operating in Ghana, they are doing exceptionally well. The Nigerian banks. Why? Have you asked yourself these questions? So if we're here to do the discussions, we can do the politics and run our political commentaries. But we should be very careful as how we run those commentaries. If not, we will end up misinforming, miseducating our audience this morning. It is so wrong for my brother to sit here this morning to make those claims. He should find time, read more on this particular area. We've got multinational companies exits. That's the IME. Number, we have the IMF, right? So this IME literature. You should try and read more on it. Probably it will help us in our discussions. We are not here this morning for that. But just to clear some of the fictitious narrative he decided to advance this morning. And also to the registration of the three. I believe we have a CI that governs the... that's the CI, like 126, right? And it is important that you have to give your residential address within the catchment area you live in or where you want to register. So it is important. I remember somewhere 2016, I had a similar experience with a younger brother who was going to register. It was done, I think it was done electoral area base. So he was in a different electoral area. Registration had gone there for, I think, 3 days or 4 days. He didn't register. When he moved to a different area, he went there to register, and he couldn't give the real residential address. So he was turned back. As far back 2012, I remember 2016. So this has been the practice of the EC over the years. You need to give all this information. It is mandated. It is required of you to provide those informations accurately. Because you cannot go and tell me that I am from Wenti, border electoral area. You go to Presby A, yet you provide a home address that cannot be identified within that catchment area of that particular polling station. It is not possible. So you need to provide accurate information. So I think it is right, it is fair for EC and the officials of EC to turn people down who are not able to provide accurate information, not just any information, to mislead the officials of the Electoral Commission in registering them. Probably, but they might not even come from that electoral area. Do you get the point? Or that constituency. So I think it is good. The EC is being vigilant because we are all as parties to these elections, we are all interested in how EC is going to give us a fair, transparent election, free from violence, free from anybody sitting behind and saying elections has been rigged. I don't believe in that regimes. We've moved from there. Looking at the reforms we've had over the years, we've moved from a place where Adele will sit here this morning and create the impression that the Electoral Commission is in bed with the New Patriotic Party. Far from that. He's only preparing the grounds for defeat. Said that his followers this morning, just like they did in 2016, when they were losing the elections in 2016, they told us that we are in comfortable lead. You remember, DJ Boyanyom, do you remember those periods where the former General Secretary of the NDC, somebody I truly admire, Dr. Otukono, right? I believe that's the name, indicated that we are in comfortable lead. DJ Boyanyom, do you remember? Where they asked the people to go out there to jubilate, knowing very well that they were losing the elections. So these are some of the strategies they will want to employ moving towards into these elections to create their grounds for defeat, such that when defeat comes, they will come back and tell Ghanaians that just like it happened in 2020 elections. You know, as we speak now, the former president, as a statesman, has not congratulated the president-elect who was duly elected by the Ghanaians in 2020. You know, he has not congratulated him. Do you know that? No, are you aware of that?
Yes, but we've moved.
No, we've not moved. He's a statesman. What is it? It's symbolic. No.
Let's concentrate.
No. The issues are
congratulations or not.
He is a statesman. No. You see, we are politicians. No.
Yeah,
we are politicians.
I understand.
What we say on platforms here. Adele has made some claims on this platform, and I want to remind him.
It doesn't go.
No. I'm only reminding Adele.
What did I say?
I'm only reminding Adele that if he wants us to go back into past events and look at how our fourth Republican democracy had come, I believe history will be very fair to the New Patriotic Party. Why do I say so? We started with the opaque. I've given you the genesis of that, how we've come this far to where we are today. So if we have a statesman, a former president, very symbolic, refuses to congratulate a president-elect, and you think that's not okay, that's very fair? No. So what I'm saying this morning is that what Adele and his people are doing this morning is very simple.
Okay.
Let's prepare the grounds. So in case we lose the elections, we come back and tell Ghanaians that, you catch them. MPP for now money is MPM. That is the only strategy they are doing.
Okay.
They should go down there and campaign. As of last night, 7:30 p.m., Dr. Mahmoud Baumia was in the Hafu region, engaging with youths and community leaders in the Hafu region.
Very well.
You sit in Accra, sit on platforms here, create a certain funny narrative, such that, in a way, that the MPP is relying on the Electoral Commission to win elections. In 2016, we won with close to over 1 million votes once we were in power. So we don't depend on the Electoral Commission to help us win elections.
Thank you.
If that has been their strategies in the past, we, the New Patriotic Party, as I indicated, the Fourth Republic, history of Fourth Republic, our Fourth Republic will be fair to us, that our contributions to the electoral practices in this country has been superb.
All right. Let me say a big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise for making this conversation possible. Once again, you can go ahead and grab any of our products, very of quality. And if you're looking for phones, we have different types of phones, accessories. You can get them over there. So if your charger is not functioning and you want an iPhone charger, you want a Nokia charger, you want a Samsung charger, you can just contact us and get some for yourself. If you go to any of our branches now, you can even sit in the comfort of your homes and look at the things we have on your phone. It's very simple. And so download the app. It's the Franco Trading app. Once you download the app, you're good to go. And also, you can visit our website. It's www.francotrading.com. And you can get all the information that you need over there, the branches you want to go and all of that. Now, Udine's Mother's Day is actually happening. And tell me what. And let me also let you know that this is something special that we're doing. So this Mother's Day, you want to make your mom feel extra special with Flame de Woodine. It's a collection designed to honor the little girl inside every mother. Celebrate her story and her impact in your life with beautiful fabrics and stylish ladies wear. Available at all Woodine retail shops and partner shops nationwide. Now, that's not all. You can also receive our special gift of a beautiful tote bag to make her day unforgettable one. Terms and conditions apply. Woodine says the creator. Now, don't forget that our shops are located Accra Mall, ANC Mall, Junction Mall, Suwasford Street, Legon City Mall, H&M Mall, Adenta. You can find us over there. In Kumasi, Woodine shops can actually be found at Kumasi City Mall, SG Mall, and Adum Unicorn House. If you're in Cape Coast, please go to the PAT building. It's near Kingsway. That's where you can find us. In Takrady, you can go to the Market Circle, Koforia. We're in Antarctic Plaza building, and in the PAT building in Sinyane. And these are the places where you can find Woodine. Please do well and grab something for your mom. Adele.
The NDC is preparing the grounds for no problem. We are preparing the grounds for defeat, and we are doing all these things because we want to defeat. We want to be, because we're preparing for defeat. I'm asking FAD, and I'm asking the president, and I'm asking all of the wisdom that they have. So in their mind, if this is what we're doing, why are you not calling the Electoral Commission to do the things that she's supposed to do right, so that we won't have an excuse to misbehave? For example, you say you're wise, right? You're intelligent. You're very, very, you have all the wisdom that requires. And then you see someone fermenting trouble. And the trouble that I'm creating problems because you have Apia Hene, who is an open MPP communicator, and the Peace Council has spoken on it. Kodio, I think, has spoken on it. Who is an open MPP communicator employed as a commissioner. So tomorrow, when the NDC comes to power, John Dramani Mahama can decide that, Adele, looking at the way you are qualified. Go and be the electoral commissioner.
Oh.
That's what you're saying.
It's not possible.
It is ridiculous.
From all this.
Can you keep
And you
quiet?
think the former president won't do that?
Why? Why should you do that? Why?
Has it been done?
Can you?
Has it been done? Has it been done?
When you are speaking, why you don't know Apiahene is there?
Who's Apiahene?
He's not even informed. You're a communicator.
From where?
Keep quiet.
From where? You keep saying it. No, he keeps saying it. I'm here. He keeps saying it. He should provide proof.
Don't worry.
Allow him. He's his point.
KMJ, remember what we did with Stallion? I'm making the viewers a promise. I will pick up the video of the issues of Apiahene. I'll take the presentation on today's show, including what he's saying. I'll attach it to it and I'll show it to the viewers. I'm saying that when you have these issues happening, where you feel that we are just making noise, you are saying we are just making noise, even though we can see and everybody can see. You know, it pretty much is like what they tell you, the doomsday is not happening, but everybody can see. We're saying, no problem. You can make jokes out of it. We're saying that. We're telling them that for as long as we are seeing these things that you are doing, and I can mention some of the people that I have on my phone, including their polling station numbers, including their phone numbers, who have actually been taken and placed onto the Electoral Commission, and we're making noise of it. And you are saying we don't have the right to make noise. Okay, you're the one with the wisdom. You're the one in charge. You're the one in charge of the national security of the state. Why won't you just call Electoral Commission and tell her, don't do that, so that the NDC will not have an excuse to misbehave, even that you don't know how to do? This. And then again, he says, in closing remarks, and then again, he says what? KMJ. He says companies are leaving and blah, blah, blah. I'm asking you, so say General, are they leaving the whole of the countries in Africa? Are they 8
African countries?
Can you answer? It's rhetoric. Keep quiet.
It's rhetoric. Then don't ask.
I'm not talking to you. Fad.
8 African countries.
No problem. How many countries do you have in Africa? Why did they select 8? They are sitting here just making noise. Glovo. Why did Glovo decide to leave? They just decided to leave because they want to leave.
KMJ.
Pepsi, Unilever. Keep quiet. Can you keep quiet?
No,
he's uncomfortable. You were speaking when I was sitting here.
We are ending this.
Unilever.
No, it doesn't matter. Just write it down.
Unilever. Listen.
I've already responded.
Unilever.
The price is going back. I'm trying to educate you on this matter.
You're making reference to a report.
Can I get some messages, please?
You're getting
an academic report.
When? Which year?
2020.
Can you imagine? We're talking 2024. You're talking about 2020 report. Can you keep quiet? Listen to what. No problem.
This is knowledge.
Do you have a current report? There's a reason why we consistently. Why? Can you?
Knowledge. It will help.
It's total disrespect. He's uncomfortable, and I can understand that. You understand? I can understand that.
You're not
listen,
fair to us. Right?
Listen. Pepsodent. No, today he's disgracing himself. It's fine. Listen, Pepsodent. Unilever Ghana is telling you that I have commissioned an entire plant. I'm supposed to start the production of Pepsodent, but because of the cost of production, I can't do it. I'm packing up. Unilever is telling you that Lipton, can you keep quiet? Lipton, that we bought since childhood. We've been drinking Lipton. Lipton is packed. They are moving their production of Lipton to Nigeria. They are moving their Lipton production. They are not saying they are moving. They are saying they are moving from Ghana and they are taking it to Nigeria. You are sitting here, you are making noise. What are you talking about?
He keeps using.
Master, forget about all
this. Keep saying these firms are saying. And where are the reports? So I'm surprised.
Don't worry, you will hear the report. I'll do a video and I'll share it.
Can I please get some messages?
I'll do a video, I'll share it with you. And the video will go viral.
Well, that's your own agenda. Comfortable lead. So we know if people are good at it.
Yeah, comfortable lead.
All right.
KMJ.
You just decided that.
Oh, no, KMJ.
You messed up the country and we are.
These companies are saying this.
Why?
Where are those reports?
When you are speaking, I'm sitting here.
I've given you an academic report.
2020 academic report. In reference to today.
You see, you have to keep quiet. Let me teach you something.
No, Fad, you're not teaching anything here. Let me get my messages. No, Fad.
KMJ.
Stop.
The royal hosts.
Let me. Don't worry, we're not descending right now. You understand? Now, this one says that 2024 elections, we need John Mahama tried and tested, and not Baumia, who doesn't know anything. All he knows is talking, and that's from Ablade, Efio Kumazongo, Takrade, and. Let me go to the next one. Good morning to the listeners. Yesterday, Jen Mensah performed poorly, and they need to rectify the network problem. 100 of the first-time voters were disappointed with the EC yesterday. To be frank, these nonsense will stop if John Mahama comes to power. Abochi Philip from Keta sent in that Meshach Asante at Amasaman says, I've always been advising that Dr. Bawumia need to be examined well before things go out of hands. How can any sound-minded person say this current uncontrollable hardship regime is better than President Mahama regime? Or is he not aware of the constant increasing of prices and the rate of the inflation? But this man, what a joke of a century. Another one over here says that, hi, host, it's abundantly clear that the current Electoral Commission is the biggest threat to free and fair election because it's deliberately using all manner of gimmicks to frustrate voters in order to disenfranchise people in the NDC strongholds. At least their crime against the people of Santro Kofi and Akpaufu is still fresh on the minds of people. And so long as Jim Mensah and his vote rigging syndicate remains in the office, we shouldn't expect free and fair elections in Ghana because they are only there to manipulate the electoral process to favor their ruling cabal. Indeed, the EC is a liability to the state and therefore unfit for purpose and must be overhauled for us to have a peaceful elections. All right. This one says, for goodness sake, who's deceiving Nanado? What legacy has he, Nanado, have? The most useless, arrogant, and reckless president I have seen in my lifetime is Nanado, and I can't wait to see him exit power and camera taken away from him, just like Ken Oforiatta. In fact, anytime I'm watching TV and Nanado wants to speak, I always change the channel, the station to a different station. That's how much I hate Nanado. Wow. Was Nana there to cover voter registration or NPP campaign? Master Raman Tunas Savannah Raging sent in that you can't hit the president like that, you know. Mr. Host, is only in Ghana a president will say he will not hand over power. If not, his party and the elders are quiet. Ghana is only country we have. Moses from Nigeria sent in that. Moses is in Nigeria, but is worried about us. That's a good one. Correct score, Zachariah Sunyani says, lives of the century, driver Banza, Nanado and Azamate Bawumia. Which legacy do you guys have? Oh, yes, corruption everywhere. It's unprecedented than Mahama. Inflation 27% higher than Mahama. Cedi depreciating 14 Ghana cedis per dollar. High than Mahama. 50% family and friends government. Zero for citizen John Dramani Mahama. Free SHS at the mills. Mahama created Heritage Fund for its funding. Mahama built e-blocks to underpin its sustainability. Mahama built Accra Digital Center for digitalization. Mahama brought America Power to solve doomsaw. Bawumia is empty, nothing but lying. Vote John Dramani Mahama for 24-hour economy. Another one over here says that instead of NPP making arrangements with their lovely EC chair for the students to register on their various campuses, they ask the children to go home and come back in a few days. Who is responsible for their TNT and risk of traveling? They always talk about free SHS because that's the only way, the only thing they did without mentioning the evils associated with it. We went for them before, but now, like, secondly, why should Akufo-Addo say he will not hand over to Mahama? Does he think Ghana is for him? John B. from Achimtafo sent him that. This one over here says, good morning, Joy Prime. First and foremost, I'd like to know why Joy Prime is giving prominent attention to Kumasi against other regions. What is special about them as compared to other regions? Let's give prominent attention to other regions as well. This NPP government is clueless in incentives to our plight. Since the government has decided not to pay attention to the teachers, we are also ready to show them red card in December. Well, we did other regions as well. We went to Northern region, we went to the Volta region as well. I'm sure you didn't monitor that. And we did so because these are some of the areas that had difficulties, and so we needed to be sure what exactly happened over there so we can address some of these issues. So please, we're not, doing that on purpose. Mr. Host, is Ghana practicing democracy under Akufo-Addo? I don't think, because Akufo-Addo is a tyrant and despotic. Lord Kome, Brian Champong, and now Akufo-Addo have been saying and trumpeting that the NPP government will not hand over to Mahama, and they say it with unbridled impunity and with reckless abandon. But the useless Peace Council, relax. Council of State and the House of Chiefs are looking on without calling Akufo-Addo to order. I am not an NDC member or a sympathizer, but Akufo-Addo's lawlessness is thinking and not waiting. For me, it's an insult to vote for mendacious Bawumia. Look at how the economy has been plagued and mismanaged, and rapid cedi depreciation and multinational companies relocating under the watch of the so-called economist Baumia. I'm proud of your TV station growing by leaps and bounds. Good morning. Charles the Champion sent in that one, Charles. Thank you, but, you know, try and do away with all the insults and delegation messages, messages so that we can, all have a better conversation, okay? Good morning. I'm Manote from Teshi. The NPP guy over there knows the systems we are in now, but chose to spread lies. The youth are suffering. This one says, good morning, KMJ. NPP party is just, it needs to be kicked out. All right, let me move on to another message. Good day, KMJ. Please ask the NPP communicator if he is in Ghana in the 2020 election. How many times did the EC declare presidential results? Please, let's stop defending the defenseless. Benjamin from Akachi sent in that one. Kwame City Half-Force says, I'm urging the youth to go out and take part of this ongoing registration exercise. NPP government has failed to deliver their promises and they have borrowed more than any other president, but nothing to show. My regards to Honorable Charity Gardner for Regional Women's Organizer. Another one over here, probably maybe the last. Good morning, KMJ, Mr. President. Okay, all due respect to you, you don't have any legacy. The only legacy you have is corruption and a bad economy. You have destroyed your country and you would hand over to JM very soon. The NPP man said Shell left SA. That's not true. I just checked. It is still in South Africa. He should get his facts correct. Good morning, KMJ, Mr. President. We do. Okay, I think I've read that. I've read that. Okay. Good morning, my finest KMJ. I just want to tell the NDC that they should be patient, and I would assure them that the network will be good today and we will have successful registration. And inshallah, Dr. Baumia will break the 8th come 7 December. Greetings to my boss, Dennis Miracles Boache, and the NPP member in the studio. And that's from Joe Bingi in Damango, sent in that one. And this one says, good morning, KMJ. The limited voter registration technical glitches yesterday affected NPP's strongholds, but the party has not accused the EC of doing the bidding of its opponent, and that is maturity. I hope they too will have insignificant technical problems. Still, DMB represent the future, whilst JM represent the past. Tried and failed former President Dumso. It is possible. Abdulaziz Jimbani, Joy TV neighbor in Kokomlimle sent in that one as well. Mr. Host, good morning. Please ask the man if he has chosen his position when they come to power, and let him know that no government will reduce fuel when given power, and this economy will never come to normal until we get someone who will think about the people of this country. But definitely, JM Nana Wusu in Goso sent in that. And that will be the last message for this morning. We are done for today. Let me say a big thank you to Adele Omar Ibn Sheikh, National Communications Director of Operations and Youth Wing of the NDC.
What do you want? Okay, KMJ.
Faud Osman is the NPP.
There's no KMJ.
Sorry.
I've been thanking to Franco Trading Enterprise. My gentlemen, thank you so much. See a moment, you may.
DJ Boyanyom.
You may not be.
DJ Boyanyom. You know, the NDC, communist, inferior tactics.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming this morning. And apologies, Nia, you probably couldn't join us this morning on the show, but hopefully next week, I'm sure you'll be able to join us. But Franco Trading Enterprise made this all possible. We're grateful to them. Please go out there, grab one for yourself. Or the products we have are very, very quality, and you can actually get a phone from us, Samsung, Nokia, any type of phone. It comes with the accessories as well. So if you need any accessory, just come through and we're going to give you a quality one. And also, you can actually get a CCTV camera from us. We have air conditions that we're selling and TV screens from 32 to 55 inches you can get from us once you come to any of our branches. Do call us 0555